What is the goal of DOGE and I think a significant part of the presidency is to restore democracy. This may seem like, well, aren't we in a democracy? If there's not a good feedback loop from the people to the government, and if you have rule of the bureaucrat, or if the bureaucracy is in charge, and then what meaning does democracy actually have? If the people cannot vote and have their will be decided by their elected representatives in the form of the president and the Senate and the House, then we don't live in a democracy, we live in a bureaucracy. So it's incredibly important that we close that feedback loop, we fix that feedback loop, and that the public's elected representatives, the president, the House, and the Senate, decide what happens, as opposed to a large unelected bureaucracy.
Before we get into the specifics there, do you find yourself in broad agreement or disagreement with what Musk is saying?
I find myself in broad agreement as a libertarian. I've been waiting my whole life for a moment like this and never sort of thinking it would ever happen. I'm 73 years old now, and I've been working towards a freer society and somebody who would take a very hard look at government. For all these years, we keep getting promised that that's going to happen, and then it never happens. For once, somebody's keeping their promises. It's sort of a novelty in Washington, but it's kind of thrilling at the same time.
I want to play another clip that contradicts that from Elizabeth Warren, who has the opposite take on it. Her creation, the CFPB, is on the chopping block, and her take on DOGE and Musk, delivered in a speech in front of the Treasury Department, frames DOGE, which is basically trying to audit the payroll system to see where all the money has been going, as something that is fundamentally undemocratic. Can we roll that, John?
In the building behind me, Elon Musk is seizing power from the American people. We are here to fight back. Musk has grabbed control of America's payment system. This is the system that makes sure that your grandpa gets his Social Security check on time. This is the system that makes sure that your mom's doctor gets paid for her Medicare exam. Elon Musk wants the power to turn that on, to turn that off, as Elon Musk decides. No one elected Elon Musk to nothing.
That's right.
Not one Democrat in America voted for Elon Musk.
Not one.
Not one Republican in America voted for Elon Musk. Not one independent in America voted for Elon Musk. Not one libertarian in America voted for Elon Musk.
Randy's raising his hands.
Not one vegetarian in America voted for Elon Musk. And yet, Elon Musk is seizing the power that belongs to the American people. We are here to fight back.
Okay, so you're laughing a little bit. She's basically saying nobody elected him. The Senate hasn't confirmed him. What decision-making rights does he have?
Every single word she said is false, including the word "ands" and "the." I've known Elizabeth Warren. Elizabeth Warren used to be a friend of mine. As I talk about in my book, A Life for Liberty, when I visited at Harvard Law School to teach the first time, she was also a visitor at Harvard Law School. And because we were both visitors, we hung out together and we had lunches together. It's so weird because the Liz Warren I knew back then bears no physical or tonal relationship to the Liz Warren that exists today. She was a soft-spoken, reasonable, kind of a country girl from Oklahoma, moderate. She adopted my case. She got a job at Harvard Law School. I did not get one. I really was not in the running. She was there to be vetted for a job. She used my contracts casebook for years, and I got lots and lots of casebook sales out of her former students who went on to teach contract law. So I was always on good terms with her, but she has morphed into a shrill politician who says things that are just not true. So let's just unpack this for a minute.
Yeah.
Elon Musk, President Trump ran quite explicitly on a campaign of efficiency in government. He announced the DOGE during his campaign. He campaigned with Elon Musk. If there is any presidential advisor who has ever been a part of a presidential campaign to this extent, I have never seen it. None of whoever was running the Biden White House, and we still don't know who that was, none of those people were vetted in public the way Elon Musk. The American people did vote for Trump and DOGE and Elon Musk. At least the majority of American people did. Now, here's the thing, and in terms of the legality, which is why you're having me on this show,
Yeah.
President Obama set up a unit within the White House in order to oversee the payment systems that were associated with Obamacare. All that has happened now is that that unit has been somewhat renamed, although the acronym remains the same, and has been repurposed to do something else. It is every bit as legal as what it was when President Obama set this up. Elon Musk is not firing anybody. DOGE is not firing anybody. The President of the United States is following, where he does choose to follow, Elon Musk's advice as to what to do. And then the President of the United States issues executive orders, which is within his power to do, to oversee the executive branch of the United States. He is the elected official elected to oversee the executive branch, and he does so on advice of his advisors. And presidential advisors are not vetted by the Senate, and they are not subject to election. And there is absolutely nothing revolutionary, novel about that, except for the fact that we have a billionaire tech guy on the spectrum who is running a series of a series of searches, sophisticated searches, to finally discover what our money is being spent on. And then he is turning around and making recommendations to the president to execute, or to cabinet secretaries to execute, who are also executing the president's command. So I'll stop talking now. I'm sure you have some follow-ups about that, but that's all I see right now.
Yeah, let me just underline one of the points you brought up there by bringing up the executive order that authorized DOGE, which, as you point out, was really a renaming of the United States Digital Service. So this was a pre-existing agency, and this executive order rebranded it and also made it into temporary. There's a ticking clock on it, so it's authorized it to terminate on July 4th of 2026. So for the purpose of, in the words of this order, advancing the president's 18-month DOGE agenda. So I guess my question about all this is to kind of return to what Musk was saying at the top there, where he views this as, it's kind of the wrong way to think of this as it's some sort of major budget cutting initiative, because that is not what's going to balance the budget. We talked with John Cochrane about this before. It's really it's a shakeup of the way the federal government is staffed, and also the way that Musk is framing it there. It's kind of trying to inject some democracy back into the system, because there's all these independent agencies that he sees as not answerable. It's almost like a fourth branch of government or something. Trump administration called it the deep state. How accurate or inaccurate is that broad sketch in your mind?
It's entirely accurate. It's what people like me have been inveighing against for decades. People like Reason have been inveighing against this for decades. Now that we're getting it, all of a sudden, people are more concerned with so-called democracy, which I think is misplaced here, but than they are with liberty, or with a government that is being held accountable for what it spends. This is all spending, by the way. This isn't regulatory. There are other aspects of the Trump agenda that are regulatory, that are being implemented by cabinet secretaries pursuant to executive orders. This, which you're asking me about, is all about spending. A billion here and a billion there, And pretty soon you're talking about real money, which paraphrases something that Everett Dirksen, the former senator from Illinois, used to say about millions. Hundreds of billions of dollars added up start to enter into the trillion-dollar category. We're entitled to know where that money's being spent. All that they've been doing so far, not all that they've been doing, but one of the main things they've been doing is releasing the information that they're discovering to the American people, and along with the names of the programs that the American people are spending millions of dollars to support. This is a Reason magazine or Reason.com dream come true. And so I look forward to it giving it and the Cato Institute, another group with whom I have long been associated, its enthusiastic endorsement.
Hey, that was a clip from Just Asking Questions. You can watch another one here or the full episode here. And please subscribe to our brand new channel to get us started off right and be notified when new episodes or clips go up. Thanks for watching.